Some archaeologists have found silk paintings of portraits or stories in Asian tombs, specifically Chinese.
The Han's dynasty, people believed that the soul stayed in the tomb or graveyard. The family of the deceased would decorate the tomb the best they could afford. For example, an aristocratic family might decorate the tomb with silk curtains or other silk products. The silks were often elaborately decorated with ink or color. The family of the deceased also left many supplies for the soul in the tomb, like food and other necessities of life, or if they're aristocratic, many luxuries of life.
What Christine taught me today, so
So
fun.
this will be your flower one where you're gonna or you can do something else.
Yeah, I might turn mine into trees, and then I'll have that become the sunset. Actually,
So cool.
so I don't know.
Do you know what you're gonna do with yours? Like whenever you're done.
Oh well, these are just the samples to learn the technique.
Okay.
So this is the same stuff that was in those little bottles, except, I think I told you, I thinned it down. So I measured up to the first line with Gouda right there, and then I put 3 times as much of the terpenoid in there. Okay, so now it's real thin, like that. So that means you can paint on it, and it won't, the color won't spread like it does here. So using a special brush, because if I use one of my good brushes, it'll gum them up and I won't be able to use watercolors on them. So I'm just.
But I really.
And what is the Gouda stuff?
Gouda is a substance. Ask Christine. She says it's sort of like rubber cement. And so by outlining the koi with this, it kept the color from running into this. So later, this is going to get dry cleaned off, and I'm going to actually do a dark line.
Okay.
Another
So is this
time.
like paper, or it looks
No,
like?
you can, no, this is wet right here. You can touch it over here. It feels kind of rubbery. She watered it down, and I'm not certain what she used. I think she had, I'll have to ask her, but this is watered down to be a sizing so that when we paint on this part, it won't run like it did here.
Okay.
So we'll have more control.
It's so cool.
The salt absorbs some of the moisture, and it causes it to have, to lift some of the color in different areas. So it
Now
gives it
on
a
this
texture.
one, we have the salt, and now you can take off the salt. And just put it off like this. How many of you think this would be a nice background on your scarves? Do you think?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, that would be great. Now I can put something on top of there. Could you hand me that Gouda right there? So maybe I'm going to go back to this. Now, if you're unsure of yourself, you can actually draw something on here with your washable pencil. But maybe didn't we talk about that look like chrysanthemums or flowers or something like that? Yeah, so maybe I would want to just capture that with this little resist here. I'm just looking at what's happening in my design. Great. And saying, what could I turn that into?
Okay, why did you choose this class?
Because I've taken it before from Christine twice, and I absolutely love it.
You have how many things have you done?
I've done several scarves,
Really?
beautiful scarves that I love.
That's awesome. Have you taken any other classes here?
Yes, I've taken a shibori class
What's
from
that?
her. Well, it's Japanese silk dyeing, and we learn to dye the silk and make all kind of designs on it. So,
Well,
and
do you know
that's
what you're going
fun.
to do for your scarf?
I haven't quite decided. I think I'm going to do a dragonfly, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
It sort of makes it run. Makes the dye. I think it's interesting.
You got to get pictures of Elizabeth because she's like very adventurous when it comes to. she,
Another word for
and
insane.
you can ask her what she's doing and she'll tell you.
Should we put them outside for the?
I think there's.
All right, so the alcohol just like leaves little patterns in it?
Yes,
or-
well, it'll cause the pigment to expand out. And leave
So cool.
Yeah, so the salt is here, and then I've got alcohol here, and then some of this is mixing color.
But that's exquisite because what you have here, look at, I mean, when you go back there and look at this. Go back.
You couldn't have done that.
No,
It's beautiful.
Well, she
I was
tried
so
to paint
upset
that.
pieces when I saw that big blob of black. Look at it.
I like the white.
That's the best looking flower I've seen in a long time.
Isn't it beautiful?
And
Beautiful.
do you really remember how you did that?
It had a blob of, a little speck of black. I thought I was getting green, and I had black on my brush, and I thought, oh no.
It's beautiful.
So
But
then I,
the way the salt is going, it's spreading out just like a real flower.
Yeah.
And, you know, over here, there could be additional leaves and this lovely little edge with the white over there.
Yes.
I mean, look how much more life this has than the pieces that you were really studying with the learn.
okay, why did you choose this class? I've always been interested in silk painting. I just think those scarves are so beautiful. Yeah. Have you taken any other classes here? Last
Use that screw.
weekend,
Use that screw here.
I took fused glass, and that was fun. That was my first class here.
If you think of this as a flower, you might want to capture it as that. So you just invent an edge around
And
there.
that will save it.
It will
if I
save it,
paint
and you
this
won't need to
other.
paint another thing. You can put a
Right.
different color in the background.
Okay, okay.
I feel like this would be the hardest part of this class for me. I am not the most skilled ironer.
You didn't have to iron your brother's shirts when you were a kid.
No, ma'am. My brother wore his shirts wrinkly.
Couple layers of that newspaper.
We're just cleaning the little hooks because they could have dye on them and they would dye the scarf.
Okay, let's do right side up, yeah. Like you try to get the hook right in the very corner like that. And if you do all four corners first, it kind of stretches it out.
Does it matter that it's like this?
It's going to get tighter though when you do all of them.
A legend illustrated or scribed in a Chinese Turkestan tomb founded by R.L. Stein tells a story of how the king of Khotan obtained the materials to produce silk. He knew China had silkworms and mulberry trees. He wanted the eggs and seeds so he could have silk too, but the export of those items were forbidden. He then requested to marry a Chinese princess. When he received a favorable return, the king sent an escort who told the princess if she wanted to continue to wear silks, she needed to bring the materials, the seeds and eggs, to create the silk. So she hid them in her headdress. When she arrived at Khotan, she left them in a convent, available for him to use and distribute at his own discretion.
Silk was hoarded by the Chinese, but through globalization, the rest of the world has access to it.
Christine? I think I'll need to do something.
Well, I kind of like the light here next to the dark. That's nice contrast, but you could put, because you don't want to put the same color here over here, else you won't see any difference.
Yeah, I need to, yeah.
I love what happened, excuse me, what happened inside there, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so I'll circle up.
Yeah,
I'll circle that out. Yeah, I think I'm. Squiggly?
Yeah.
Which seems to come with the water. So I think I'm gonna make an edge.
I didn't come here to paint fish, so.
Never know what you're gonna do. Oh, I was gonna mix some brown up here, I forgot to do that. All right. 1, 2. Maybe if you bring this up all the way again, just put your brush there and bring some of that all the way up. Yeah, now just keep overlapping until you get over there. That'll bring some of the dark color out of there. You wet it first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Now just keep going till there's nothing left. By overlapping, it should help to even out that, especially that little spot waste stuff. There you go. Good, good, good.
Trying arts and crafts, silk painters shy away from the original Chinese style painting and concentrate more on nature and abstract paintings.
Silk painting was very detailed and intricate. Through the years, various techniques and tools have developed to allow more artistic freedom.